What's up? I'm Dustin. Week 1 is in the books. This is your waiver wire show for heading into week 2. Let's start with the guy that's going to get added in the most leagues, and that's Brandon Jackson, only on 20% of leagues. And we all know why he's getting added, because Ryan Grant got hurt. He's going to miss, already they're saying he's going to miss week 2, which normally means that's a 2, maybe 3-week injury. Brandon Jackson, great short-term solution, and could have some value even if when Grant comes back, if he plays well. But we do think he is mainly a short-term solution, so maybe think twice before using a number 1 waiver on him. But Jackson will get owned in a lot of leagues after this week. Next, Steve Breston, still only on 75% of leagues. His value got hurt with the quarterback mess going on during the preseason in Arizona, but we still liked him. 7 catches, 132 yards on Sunday. We think Breston needs to be pretty much universally owned. Same with Eddie Royal, only on 65% of leagues. He kind of looked like himself from the rookie campaign when he had 91 catches. He had 8 catches for 98 yards. We think, especially in PPR leagues, Eddie Royal worth an add. All right, let's take a look at some guys in deeper leagues. We start with Michael Vick. Any football fans got to be excited about the potential of Vick going up against the Lions. It could definitely happen. He's only on 20% of leagues. We think he's worth an add, a pick up and play against the Lions next week in a lot of leagues. But don't go too crazy over him, but we do think he could have a good game. Moving on, Darren McFadden, only on 55% of leagues. He took advantage of the Bush injury, and he had a good game. And McFadden has not had that many fantasy relevant games in his career, so this is a good sign for him. We think he is worth picking up, but it's going to be a mess out there when Bush comes back. But it was nice to see him having a fantasy relevant game. Moving on, Austin Collie. This guy blew up on Sunday, but we don't necessarily think this is going to happen every week. We think he's going to be very inconsistent. Don't forget the Colts were playing from behind. There's so many other options out there. In a normal situation, we think Collie could be the odd man out, but he is definitely going to have some good games this season. Next, we got Mike Thomas with Jacksonville, only on 10% of leagues. Mike Sims-Walker had so much attention on him. He had Champ Bailey all over him. Thomas was kind of left as the guy that was able to get open. 6 catches, 89 yards, but he returns punts as well. So we like Mike Thomas in deeper leagues that count return yards, could have some value. Next, got a couple of PPR guys for you, and Danny Amendola and Devon Best. Both these guys owned in less than 15% of leagues. These guys could have a lot of catches this year. PPR leagues, these guys are worth taking a look at. Another guy worth taking a look at, another receiver, Mike Williams with Tampa Bay. As far as rookie receivers go, he's up there on our list. We think he could have a decent season. We don't love rookie receivers, but we could easily see maybe 750 yards, handful of touchdowns, and he's off to a good start so far. 5 catches and a touchdown. Not a bad debut. All right, let's get into some guys who we think you should keep an eye on. Maybe not necessarily pick up, but definitely keep an eye on these guys. Nate Washington's the first one. He had a good game on Sunday, but we're not sold he's going to be able to put together a great season, especially at this point in his career, but keep an eye on him. Same with Brandon Lloyd, only on 5% of leagues. Amazing game, but he's had chances to start in the NFL before, and he's never really seemed to put together that great season. But worth keeping an eye on. But we doubt Kyle Orton was the missing piece for why he hasn't broken out so far. All right, now I got 2 guys where I do not believe what they did on Sunday. Don't believe these numbers. First guy, Fred Taylor. I know all the stuff coming out of New England. Fred Taylor's the guy. He's the guy that's going to have value. But don't forget, Maroney was hurt, and I swear you're going to look at the box score from the New England game every week, and there's going to be a different running back that probably scores the most fantasy points almost every single week. They mix it up so much out there. It's so frustrating. Fred Taylor in the deepest of leagues, yeah, go ahead and pick him up, but I am not believing these numbers. And next is Mercedes Lewis. He had 2 touchdowns, but he only had 3 catches. Don't believe those 2 touchdowns. I seriously doubt he's going to have that great of a season. And with the tight end position so deep this year, don't waste a roster spot on Mercedes Lewis. Now, this is just a portion of the waiver wire list. To see the full list, check us out on the site. We'll have a waiver wire post up later this week. Brent and I will be back later on this week to answer some foreign questions, and I'll be here right back here next week for the waiver wire show. I'm Dustin. We'll see you then.